Hello everyone and welcome home. Today, I have such a special treat for you. After months of anticipation, we finally have a new episode of Melvin's Macabre. And my god, was this one an instant classic. But alas, before we get into it, I know what you're thinking.
God, Killer, why are you so fucking obsessed with this cartoon? It's a little lame how much you're simping over another creator's projects. Don't you have your own shit to worry about?
And to that I say, you know what? Obsessed is a strong word. I love Melvin because not only is the art crazy, but the character growth he goes through in every single installment. My man obliterates some kind of mental trauma and overcomes so many obstacles, and even though it's a cartoon, it's goddamn inspiring. So, back to it. The new episode of Melvin's Macabre is titled Ghost Hunters. And of course, just like every single other ghost hunting show on the planet, this one is...
That motherfucker back there is not real!
Hey Irene, I heard you like to tickle toes. Do you want to tickle my big old long toes?
Back to it.
The episode opens up to Melvin walking down a sidewalk with an advertisement for Bab's Seance. And when he lowers the paper, we see a house so luxurious, it looks as though Studio Ghibli designed the Sanctum Sanctorum. Lightning and thunder strike as bats fly by, and we get the opening to the new episode.
Where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. We can count on you, Scooby-Doo. I know we'll catch that villain.
Just kidding. Melvin creaks open the door and sees a bunch of weird things on the walls. He's wondering if anyone is home as a woman runs past him and asks if he's there for the seance. She takes out a bunch of artifacts and announces herself as Barbara, but her friends call her Babs. She then talks about her late husband, and then as she asks about who Melvin wishes to speak to, the man, the myth, the holy smokes of goddamn legends shows up. Chet
Fucking spooks.
Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Chet, he got his start as a small-time ghost hunter in late high school, before meeting and pairing up with the mysterious Spider sometime after graduation. Together, they launched one of the most raw and authentic ghost hunting shows under the guise of the one and only
Spooky Specters! Oh my god. What is that? Oh god! What is that? What is that?
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't prepared for this celebrity cameo, but hey, I am absolutely here for it. He gives off one of his intensely epic monologues when we find out that Babs is actually his grandma, and despite being told not to record, he does it anyway after threatening the shit out of Melvin. Not gonna lie, I don't like when people threaten our good friend Melvin, but I'll still give him the benefit of the doubt. Babs then gets the seance going as she talks in depth about her husband, Harold, and asks who Melvin is thinking of. Melvin explains it's his good friend Barry, who tragically drowned when Melvin couldn't save him. It hurts and haunts him every day, and he's just looking for some peace. Chet calls his story gay. Man, I'm starting to get why so many people are on the fence about him. You know, that's that's a little tone deaf of him, you know. But who knows, maybe he's just making a statement about society and trying to keep his show relevant against the woke mob plaguing YouTube. Babs then pushes along the seance and opens the green crystal box, and that invites the spirits into our world. She asks Harold if he's there, and a chair starts moving. We then find out that he was killed on death row for,
Some sus-ass crimes.
Melvin asks what they do now, and Babs says she's never kept the box open this long, which understandably prompts Melvin to freak out as Chet sees something in the shadow behind his legendary cameraman. The table is then lifted into the air as Chet tells Spider to grab the EMF reader and a Polaroid camera. They start recording and discover the reading is emanating from Melvin. They take a picture of him, and we see Chet's grandpa looking at Melvin. Babs then asks for a kiss, and then Chet takes another picture picture, and he's now naked and closer to Melvin, who, understandably, starts to freak out as one last photo is taken, revealing this.
Oh my God, he's trying to suck your cock! Run for the love of God, run! Spider, come on!
They all take off running, and Babs explains that the candles will keep them safe, just for them to get blown out, and she is fucking murked on the spot. This makes Chet scream in horror and cry before he snaps out of it and asks Spider if he caught the reaction to his grandma's death. Hey, yo, that's kind of like not cool, right? Like, maybe some of these comments on his channel maybe they might be right. Anyway, Melvin says they need to close the spirit box, to which Chet says he has it and won't close it until they get all of the footage he needs for his video. He throws Melvin a bag and says to get footage of his dead friend, and then they'll talk. I've been a subscriber to Spooky Spectre since the start. Man, this guy is kind of honestly a fucking dickwad. Unsubscribe. Melvin then pulls out the Polaroid and looks around. He starts apologizing to Barry for not being able to save him before he's scared by a creaking door and snaps a pic just to see a creepy close-up image as the refrigerator spills out condiments that spell
Melvin, stop running.
This, of course, leads to Melvin running, and in turn ruining Chet's shot talking about getting his grandpa's old photos processed. Not a good idea, Chet. Not a good fucking idea, bro. They then see a door open on its own and use an EVP recorder and hear the screams of Harold as an evil entity with 3 red eyes consumes his soul. He then flies at the duo and we cut to Melvin running to the attic. He's thrown against the wall and admits that Barry's death is his fault, as he didn't know what to do to help him and ran away like a coward. He admits that he failed him as a friend and that he should have been there. The footsteps become lighter as they approach Melvin, who then snaps a picture, and we see Barry. He then proceeds to tell Melvin that it's okay and that he misses him too. Melvin smiles as Spider comes upstairs screaming as a possessed Chet follows behind with the box. He grabs Barry and Melvin gets mad as fuck. I mean, I don't blame him. If someone threatened to eat my dead best friend's soul, I'd fucking kill him. I would be up, it would be murder, you know, more than the average level of a murder for me. So, what's 8 times murder? Octagonal murder? Yeah, that's it. Octagonal murder. The demon then starts to try and eat Barry as Melvin decides this time he's not going to run away. He charges the demon but gets his ass kicked back. This, however, gives a moment to Spider, who absolutely beams Chet with a 2x4 and knocks the box away from him. Melvin goes for the box as both Spider and Barry hold Chet back. As Melvin grabs it, Chet charges him but flies out of the window on accident. His body plummets over 4 stories as the demon leaves his body and Chet smacks the ground.
Just like you should smack the like button if you're enjoying this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe or you might find me consuming your grandfather's soul tonight.
The demon then flies back towards the attic just as Melvin says it was good to see Barry and closes the box, sucking both the demon and Barry back into their respective dimension. Chet cries from the ground about his broken bones and for his grandmother, and Spider renounces his atheism and promises to go to church every Sunday. He then gives Melvin the EVP, which has a message recorded from Barry that gives Melvin the closure that he so desperately wanted.
I never blamed you, Melvin. It was nice seeing such a great friend again. Goodbye, my friend.
Leaving us with yet another lovely triumph for not only us the viewer, but Melvin. And God do I love when he catches those dubs. And God do I love this show. The animation keeps getting better and better, and I am so excited that we were able to get a new episode. I really hope with the announcement of AnimationPlus just leads to us getting more episodes more often, but you know, hey, I'll take what I can get.
Killer, what the hell is AnimationPlus?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. You see, a bunch of YouTube animators, new and old, have gotten together to build a channel or an app or something in which they'll have a better opportunity to share their stories featuring new and old animated characters from YouTube history. And if you want, you could go follow them on Instagram and become an S-tier member for free. What does that mean? I have no clue yet. But when I know, so will you. Anyway, this episode was a fantastic addition to the series, between the Melvin lore growing consistently to the stellar plot, pacing, and writing. I continue to adore this obscure character and his just weird little world, and I hope you've come to love him too. I also love the way they made fun of the guys like Zach Baggins that just over-exaggerated the whole ghost hunting genre in order to boost ratings and take a shot at semi-celebrity status. It definitely hits the marks in a way that, you know, scratches my brain pretty good. I'm very excited that we got a new episode, and if you haven't, please consider checking it out in its entirety and check out some more of MeatCanyon's content. I'll link him in the bio below. I hope you enjoy them. Just like if you enjoyed this week's video, please slash that like button. Don't forget to sub and ring that bell so you don't miss out on future killer reviews. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood hometown killer, and oh my
God, he's trying to suck your cock! For the love of Christ, fucking run!
It's a pig! What the fuck?